so late, so late. I am so in a hurry right now. You have no idea. Alright. Oh, sorry, you can only see. Hang on. Let's get moving. Alrighty. Let's see who pops on. Nobody's here yet. And this is going to be bumpy because I'm going to be in a hurry. There's a lot of older people out this late. I think it's the latest I've ever gotten here before. Let me try to keep this straight. I'm going to figure out a way to keep this more level when I'm walking. I should use my gimbal, but what I didn't want to do is once I get there, I have to switch from the gimbal to the tripod live. So you guys all have to tell me is it better for me to be shaky on the way there and not have a big transition, or should I use my good gimbal so you can see things? It really doesn't usually matter, but last time I was here, there was a staff in front of me walking fast and ran inside, and I was trying to show my husband about it, and you could barely see her. I was bouncing so much. So, goodness. It has been an evening. I was in my car for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Actually, 2:20. Let's see, that's almost 45 minutes longer than I should have been. So I'm in a big old hurry and I won't be able to stay long. So this is going to be a short evening. Oh, the doors are still open. Oh, let's see. I'm going to get in with the Delphi Academy. Make them go look for it. Hopefully they won't see me too quick. Ooh, look. Oh, I can see in the windows. Hey. There's a current lawsuit against the Delphi Academy for allowing a child predator to attack their children, and they gave him a glowing review to go to another school where he attacked 6 more. Let's go see what's going on over here. I never get to see this. I'm never here this late. And there was somebody signing in. I hope they heard me. Because they have to wonder how I know about the Delphi Academy. Alright, we're going to be getting a lot of public coming in tonight. What time is it? 5:45. You know what? I think I'm going to stay on the corner. Hang on. I know I'm still shaky. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to be at. So we get a lot of public come in. What do y'all think? Let me fix the chat. Hold on. Should I stay in the front or should I stay here at the corner so I can see them coming both ways? I hate being over here by these trash cans though. Let's see. If I put my wagon here. I set up back here. I can see both. Hey Cher, what's up? Sorry, oh my god, I just broke my tripod. My tripod just broke. Hold on. Don't know why. This just fell out of the middle. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think that's just to make it taller. Well, we'll know if it falls. I'll have to figure that out. Wow. I'm having one of those nights, y'all. I'm going to probably complain for a few minutes.
What's your sign say?
Scientology is a cult. Ask me why.
Oh, that's why they're closing the blinds.
Yes, because I'm here. How many religions do you know that close their blinds and doors and somebody's standing outside? Alrighty. We're stable now. Let's hope nothing happens. So I won't be here long. Share, share, share. Oh my goodness. My faith in humanity is low at the moment. But I'm still going to try to keep my chin up. I'm still the nice person on the road. I still let people in when necessary and all that. But dang. I've been looking at dash cams because our last one died. The Texas heat killed it. I've got to get another one. These people are nuts. I don't know how many people jumped in front of me and slowed down for no reason. Nobody in front of them, nobody behind me. No reason. Ugh. So normally, it averages an hour and a half for me to get here. Maybe an hour and 40 if there's a slowdown. So I get on the road, and when I got on the road, it was an hour and a half. I should have been here at 4:30, 4:35. And then I hit 2 slowdowns, and I was in my car for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. Wow. There were accidents that happened after I got on the road. And when I left my house, it was 85 degrees. Let me turn around. It was 85 degrees when I left. So I'm in a hurry. I got all my stuff out of the car. I'm out on the road, and the wind hits me. I'm like, I had to turn around and go back to the truck to get my jacket. I have a long sleeve shirt with me. That wasn't going to be enough. It dropped quick. Really quick. Matter of fact, did I even grab my hat? I think I forgot my hat. Oh, no, there it is. I don't really need it. Don't really need it. It's kind of dirty. Hat, no hat. Don't care. Alright. So, I can be here an hour and 15 minutes. So, not too bad, not too bad. I was in a super hurry, but not even just the people on the road. The people in the parking garage, while I'm walking, at the pizza place, everywhere I went, people were rude. Corner, I'm at the corner. Yep. So I can see both ways. I can see this way. When I turn it back around, I'll put you guys on the front, maybe, so you can help me keep an eye out. I hope I think the piece that broke off is the piece that I can raise the camera through higher, but I don't need to do that, thank goodness. So I don't know. So as I'm setting up, this popped out of the middle and onto the ground. So I hope it's not permanently broke, but it was only a $20 tripod, so no biggie. It's been a good tripod. I think I did. When I was opening it, it did something weird. I don't know. So it's just one of those days. Whine away. I'm just. Oh, you sort of heard me in the car though. I'm better now that I'm here. Because even though I was feeling the stress, I still don't drive like a maniac. I don't see the point. I just want to be able, for the first half, before I hit the slowdowns at all, I'm literally between where I get on I-35 and like Georgetown, Austin is nothing. It's country. But because it's the north-south corridor through all of Texas, it's always busy. What gets me is on the way home, my husband will call me. And every time he calls me on the way home, I'm like, dude, why are these people in the left-hand lane, it's 75 all the way home, doing 73? Hi.
Why isn't it cool?
Because religions let you leave, cults don't. They have members in there that sign billion-year contracts, and they have to work until they die.
I just told my friends, I just texted them. I said, like, I like when they come up to me, so I like to take out my anger on them. I like to yell at them.
Well, the sad part is I feel sorry for them. They're victims too. Their parents did this to them. Oh, hey, Hitzel. Oh. Thanks for the kind words, you and Irish Mart and Jen Listens. So I always save Natalie's show for my drive, and hers isn't quite an hour long. So I saved yesterday's show for the way here, and a little bit I had the second one ready to go. I didn't know I was going to listen to both whole shows on the way here, But so I'm watching yesterday's show and I hear, and Miss Kim in Austin. And I've got it up on my dash just listening. And I went real close to the steering wheel. I'm like, what? What'd I do? That was cool. That was cool. Whoever sent the clip, thank you. That was awesome. And everybody said some really nice things. Thank you. I don't do this for the glory, but it feels good. I appreciate it. Oh, darn it. I had meant to put a sponsor on this video, but I was in such a hurry. You see, I don't have a thumbnail. I barely have a description. I was like, and took off. Even the people in the pizza, I've never had anybody not be nice to me in that pizza place. And this guy's, what are you here for? What do you want? And I'm like, my water, like I normally get. I mean, I pay $5 a month to be a member there. And they don't, oh, I found out last time I was here, so I was getting a discount on the water. And that was paying for my membership. Literally, so it's called the Dollar Slice Club. You pay $5 a month, you get lower prices. Honestly, if you buy 2 pieces of pizza, and they're big. They're big. Normally they're like $5.50. I think you get it like for $3.50. That's the all meat. So it pays for itself if you eat there twice. Well, it was paying for itself. They were knocking about $1 off of the water. They didn't add a whole dollar. It was like $1.70. Now it's $2.50. There's no discount on drinks anymore with the membership. It's okay. I buy the water not necessarily because I need to. It's because I use their bathroom. I leave my wagon out between the tables. It's really small in there. They're stand-up tables. They don't have chairs and tables. And I give them a 50-cent tip just because I know if anybody tried to steal my wagon and run out the door, which would be very hard because it's hard for me to get it in the door, they would probably say something. So they're always super nice in there. I think he was just busy. It's Friday night. I've never gotten here this late that I can remember. Because I have to leave by 7. I have to give myself 2 hours to get home. And hubby needs the car at 9. And I've left after 7, and it said, oh, it's going to take an hour and a half to get home, and then I hit an accident, and he's late. I've never made him late yet, but he has to go through construction. He has an hour drive to Waco, and if he doesn't leave a few minutes early, the last time he said he left 15 minutes early. I think it was rainy. And there's always construction at night, you know, and he gets to work about 10. So that's when they start, you know, construction work. So, he left 15 minutes early and was 15 minutes late because he hit an accident. You never know what's going to happen. And there is no detours. When you're going north and south, there's no detours. It's between us and Waco, there's nothing. Between me and us and Austin, there's nothing. There is no there's a couple toll roads, which if I'd have got on the toll road, it would have saved me 17 minutes originally. But Tom doesn't like me to get on the toll road because if we forget to pay it, $2 turns into $50. But did you hear me when I walked up? I got him with the Delphi Academy lawsuit, and there was a public standing there. So I'm going to talk about that a lot today if I see anybody. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 6. They really start coming back from meals and for graduation around this time. So I'm glad I at least got here before 6. I can hang out for an hour and tell people what for. Plus, maybe I'll get a few more students stop because, you know, it's not class time. I had that one girl stop. She was cute. She goes, I love it when they come after me. I take my anger out on them. And I tried to say, you know, she thought it was funny. I should have let her just go. But I said, you know, they're victims too. Their parents did this to them. Oh my God, autocorrect. Be damned. Oh, good. Good. Oh, I have been hammering that lawsuit. I'm just standing here yelling at people because, you know, the fact that Scientology covers for child predators on a regular basis probably would interest a lot of people. Like the daycare center ran by Scientology that allowed a worker to assault children and moved them away and never told the parents what happened to their children. because they're not allowed to take other Scientologies to the authorities. So instead, child predators get covered up for. Now it's coming back to bite them in the butt, because who was a child in 2011, 2012 is now suing the Delphi Academy for allowing a child predator to assault him, knew about it, gave the employee a glowing review when his contract was up, didn't even fire him, to move to another school, the Albert Einstein Academy, which was not Scientology. He then attacked 6 more children, and now he's in prison. But Scientology did nothing. Scientology does not take Scientologists to the authorities. If they are sexually assaulting children, they will cover it up. We know of so many cases now. They're adults now and telling us their story. And it's coming to bite them in the butt, because now these adults that were allowed to be preyed upon in Scientology are suing Scientology and their entities for the damage done. And see, they didn't know what social media was going to become and what the internet was going to become. And for 70 years, they have hidden in secret and kept all this secret from everyone. But now it's coming out. I found out, so I knew about the case, right? Then I come to find out they didn't even fire him when they found out he was assaulting a minor, a child, in their school. They waited till his contract was up, gave him a glowing review to go to another school, where he then assaulted 6 more children, and now he's in prison because that wasn't a Scientology school, and they sent his butt to jail. And now one of those children is suing the Delphi Academy of Los Angeles for allowing a child predator to have free reign in their school and do nothing about it. They knew all about it, because the one thing that Scientology does is keep very good records, and it's all on paper. And then we know about the daycare center that was ran by Scientologists. I don't know if the child predator was Scientology. They got rid of him, moved him on, gave him a good review probably, and never told the parents that their children had been SA'd in daycare. Daycare is 4 years and down, unless it's after school. I know, because I had a home daycare, and most of my kids all day were under 5. So he was assaulting daycare children, and they never told the parents. Most of them don't even know to this day. The kids are adults now and telling us. And because it's Scientology, if they try to tell their parents who are still indoctrinated in Scientology, they call their own kids liars. Oh, that would never happen in Scientology. Yeah. They covered for Danny Masterson for 20 years. He was drugging and R-ing other Scientology women for 20 years. They got the paperwork from Scientology to prove it. He wrote, yeah, I did it, but I didn't think it was wrong. Now he's in prison for 30 years to life because a Scientologist woman actually went to the police. They're not allowed to do that, but she did it anyway, and she was harassed for 15, 20 years for doing it. But he's in prison. And he's in prison for drugging and R-ing Scientology women, and he's still a member in good standing. They didn't excommunicate him, declare him, get rid of him, nothing. He's in prison for 30 years to life for assaulting women in Scientology, and he's still a member in good standing. Make that make sense. You should look into the Delphi Academy lawsuit where they allowed a child predator to attack children and then gave him a glowing review to another school where he assaulted 6 more kids, And now he's in prison because that wasn't a Scientology school. One of those kids is now suing the Delphi Academy because they covered up for a child predator. Because that's what Scientology does. And then there's the daycare that allowed a child predator to assault children, moved him on, and never told the parents. And now there's a lawsuit from one of those children that is now an adult because they covered for a child predator because they're not allowed to go to the authorities on another Scientologist. They're starting to come back for lunch. Oh, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to have a good night. I don't recognize them. They might be Sea Org. Let's find out. Oh, they're going to go in the back door. No, they're gold. Yeah, I got something today to say. Was he the second guy or the first guy? The pointy beard? I call him Pointy Beard because his beard looks like it's like cemented into a point. Hi Marco, hello. Yeah, I got here a bit late, but I'm here. I wasn't going to come at all because it's supposed to rain, but I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go. Because it's scattered showers, so I'm like, well, if it starts raining, I'll leave. It's chilly. I left my house, it was 85 degrees. I'm like, why is it so, I had the air conditioners on in the house. I get here and I have to put a jacket on. Hey, Amy. Oh, yeah. They probably won't believe me. I've been pushing that child predator lawsuit because that's something. They can look up the child predator lawsuit. Delphi Academy, Los Angeles. Randall Jackson is suing the Delphi Academy for allowing a child predator to be an employee of their school. And instead of calling the authorities, they gave him a glowing review to another school where he assaulted 6 more children. And then they sent him to jail because it was not a Scientology ran school and he's in prison now. You can look that up. Was Randall Jackson the predator or was he the victim? I can't remember. Delphi Academy, Los Angeles, look it up. They're being sued because Scientology covers for child predators because if they do that in Scientology, they're not allowed to go to the authorities. So instead, they give him this glowing review to the Albert Einstein Academy, I think in California, which wasn't Scientology, where he attacked 6 more kids and they put his butt in prison. 18 years, I think. Don't forget the daycare that had a child predator attacking daycare children. They moved him on. I don't know what happened to him, but they never told the parents that their children were molested. Make that make sense. So those kids had to grow up with this happening to them and nobody to go to about it. Danny Masterson, drugged and hard, Scientology women, at least 10. 2 he got convicted for, and he's still a Scientology member in good standing. But he's in prison for drugging and R-ing women in Scientology, and they covered it up for probably more than 20 years. Because he got convicted, 2023? And I think he was doing it as early as 98.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is your girlfriend from Dottie too?
These are factual occurrences. You can find it on the internet. Look up Delphi Academy, Los Angeles lawsuit, where they allowed a child predator to assault children and when his contract was up, didn't fire him. They gave him a glowing review so he could move to another school, attack 6 more kids before they caught him, and they sent his butt to prison because they weren't a Scientology school. He's in prison right now. So one of those children in 2011 is an adult now and suing the school for allowing it to happen. They're going to win. because the guy's already in prison for doing it at another school. It's all facts. Nothing I'm saying you can't find on the internet. I'm going to type up a flyer with this stuff on it and links to the actual articles on the internet, because everything I'm saying is factual and on the internet. At least 2 Scientology schools have covered up for child predators. And at least one of them's in prison. I don't know what happened to... I got to go back and find out what happened to that daycare employee. Did he go to jail? Did they move him on? I mean, I don't think anything happened to him because they moved him away. He was probably a Scientologist, so they couldn't go to the authorities, of course. And then last week, 2 girls tried to escape Scientology in LA, and because the LAPD's in Scientology's pocket, they picked them up and took them right back. That's human trafficking. They tried to escape and run away, and instead of calling a human rights group or CPS or any of the above, they just took them right back in the church where they were being abused. Because LAPD's in their pocket.
Scientology's a cult.
Yup. Delphi Academy, Los Angeles is having a lawsuit because they allowed a child predator to attack children in their school and never went to the authorities. That NOI guy just passed me. Tells me I was sent here by somebody. Oh, this is perfect time. Everybody's coming by me right now. I'm gonna hammer them tonight. I was in my car for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I have a lot of pent-up energy. And a little bit of irritation from people don't know how to drive. I'm like, dude, traffic's bad. Deal with it. I took a huge detour because the I-35 was a parking lot. And luckily, Maps gave me a detour. I'm right here. My name's Miss Kim SP on YouTube. You can take screenshots all day long. Prove me wrong. Delphi Academy Los Angeles is having a lawsuit against them right now for protecting a child predator. Instead of calling the authorities, they gave him a glowing review for a new school where he attacked 6 more kids and now he's in prison. Because Scientology couldn't cover for him anymore. Out here talking on their phone like they're freaking CIA.
Right on, keep honest.
I'm on YouTube and out here trying to sneak pictures of me like they're special agents. God, they need a new, something new. They need new strategy or something, because this sneaking pictures of me is ridiculous when I'm live streaming. I dare them to try to prove me wrong. Everything I'm saying is on the internet right now. That's where I found it. Delphi Academy, Los Angeles, covered, which was a Scientology-run school, covered for a child predator, gave him a glowing review to go to another school after he assaulted kids there. And then he goes to the new school, attacks 6 more kids. They send his butt to prison for 18 years because they weren't Scientology ran. Now, one of those kids that they allowed to be assaulted in Delphi Academy, Los Angeles, is suing their butt because they allowed a child predator to continue to teach, be a coach. They didn't even fire him. They let his contract run out, gave him a glowing review to another school, the Albert Einstein Academy in California, I believe, where he continued being a child predator, and they couldn't protect him anymore, and he's in prison. All true, all on the internet. Delphi Academy, Los Angeles. I need to find more information about the daycare where several children were assaulted, and we're talking daycare age kids, And they did, I don't know what they did with that guy, moved him away, but they never told the parents their children have been molested. Those parents still don't know to this day unless their kids told them. But when you're 3 and 4 and 5 years old, what are you going to say to your parents? How are you going to tell them what happened?
Thank you. Fucking weirdo.
No problem. David sent you to oversee them, then just do the Xeno stare. They never come up to me. Yeah, I know. I see him. Oh, well, this guy's been sitting out here the whole time. Right over here. They've been sitting here the whole time, and a guy, oh, you didn't see it. So when I said you don't have to sneak pictures of me, he came out all in black. He's a regular, and he was over there on his phone trying for me not to notice him. And I'm like, that's when I yelled, well, my channel's Miss Kim SP on YouTube. You can take all the screenshots you want. Sorry, I keep moving it. I'm in a weird spot. So, they've heard me repeat myself a few times. I hope they don't have any grandchildren in Scientology schools. And we know they cover up, they covered for Danny Masterson for 20 years. And I heard a journalist say, that Danny Masterson was only convicted on these women's testimony. When they have no idea about this case, they were allowed to get the paperwork from Scientology where Danny Masterson said, yes, I raped these women, but I didn't think it was wrong. That's why he was convicted. That's why he's in prison and still a member in good standing after drugging and raping other Scientology women. Tell me why he's still a member in good standing. Because his family gives a lot of money to Scientology. It's all about the money. I would assume maybe even the child predator. Why would they treat him? Well, that's not even a question. We know why. They cover for child predators. They cover for women predators. They cover for everything in Scientology. You're not allowed to go to the authorities about a Scientology member. I did. Ow! I must be near a fire department because they come by way too often. Oh, I don't care. I did yell out my channel when this guy was out here, like, taking sneaky pictures of me. And I'm like, you can go take screenshots off my channel. Matter of fact, y'all are on camera right now. Delphi Academy Los Angeles is in a lawsuit because they allowed a child predator to attack children in their school. And because they're not allowed to go to the authorities against the Scientologists, they gave him a glowing review for a new school where he attacked 6 more kids, and now he's in prison because that wasn't a Scientology school. You can find it on the internet.
Are you streaming?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
What's this for?
Huh?
What's this for?
I'm protesting Scientology because they're a child abusing cult.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they abuse children. They don't let their members leave. That's why it's a cult. The ones, they have 3 tiers. Sea Org is like a military wing almost. Yeah, and they try to get their kids in as early as 12, 13, 14 years old, and they sign a billion-year contract. They have to work till they die. You see these old people coming in here all stupid. They've been doing this their whole life. So what you're seeing right now is 2nd and 3rd generation. They're not getting new members. So they're just as much of a victim as anybody else, but they have to stay in the Sea Org. They can get married, but they're not allowed to have kids. If they get pregnant, they bust them to the clinic. And the problem is they have church status. They have tax-exempt status, so the government will not investigate. There is a grand jury investigation in California right now, though, because they harass any enemies of the church. Did you hear about the Danny Masterson case in California? Have you ever watched the 70s show? Oh, that's way before your time. He's an actor. How about The Ranch with Ashton Kutcher?
I know Ashton Kutcher.
Well, he's best friends with Danny Masterson, who for over 20 years drugged and armed women, but some Scientologists, some not. And in Scientology, you're not allowed to take anybody to the authorities. Well, one of the girls did about 20 years ago, but it took 20 years to get him in front of a judge. And it ended up 3 girls took him to court. 2 testified, and we know of 5 other victims. And they got the paperwork from Scientology where he said, yeah, I did it, but I didn't think it was wrong because they cover for this crap in here. You're not allowed to sue another Scientologist. You're not allowed to take them to the authorities. It has to be handled inside. People attacking children because they believe they live multiple lives because their body thinks that when they die, they go into a new baby body. So when they have a child, that's an adult in a small body. They start working them 7, 8, 9 years old. They don't worry about their education, and they don't get nurtured. And as early as they can, they try to stick them in staff or Sea Org. And that's where the child abuse happens because they don't think it's that wrong because that's an adult in a small body. I can do whatever I want. We know and see a lot of these kids now are adults, have escaped, and are telling their story online. This started about a year ago, really big. People like me, we're all over the world now. Paris, Australia, Canada, all the major cities, they have these places we're doing this. And they don't know how to deal with it. And there's another 100 channels of ex-members telling their stories. So if you go to sptv.space, if you can remember that, it's all the channels. You might be able to find somebody your age that you'd really like to watch. They're in LA doing some awesome stuff. They're doing like, what do they call that? Art. They dress up to draw attention to the church. Because the biggest church is in California and Florida. Huh?
Cosplay?
Yeah. One of them does that a lot. And they're younger TikToker type people. I didn't think I was going to be doing this. I'm a grandma. I just couldn't stand that.
You look young.
Oh, thank you. My son's 36. I've been here for 30 years and stayed out of the sun. That's why. But do you guys mean being on camera?
Oh, yeah. What's
All
the
right.
YouTube channel? What is it?
Oh, hold on. Miss Kim SP.
Miss Kim S.
Yeah. SP means suppressive person in Scientology. It means you're an enemy of the church. And Miss Kim's always been my nickname. I've done a home daycare, Girl Scouts, and that's a Texas thing where they call you Miss in your first name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was text only? I thought it was just normal around here.
What?
I thought like Miss and then first name was just like normal. Is that text only?
Well, it might be a southern thing. I'm from up north, so it might be a whole southern thing. I hadn't heard it till I got here.
I've been texting my whole life. So
Oh, okay.
That just seemed like normal to me.
Yeah, it is. But to me, it was kind of cute. And then I did a home daycare for like 8 years, and my husband my husband's retired Army. We live up near the base, so I drive about 75 miles to come down here.
Oh, wow.
And today I spent 2 hours and 15 minutes in the car to get here. It was ridiculous. I-35 was a parking lot. So I try to come 3 times a week. I've been doing it since February when they opened. And when I heard they were opening across from the campus, he bought this building. The leader, the original leader's dead, 55 years ago because it's across from campus to get people like you sucked in. And before internet, they were doing that. But the last couple, did you find me?
Yes.
My Texas symbol? That's me. Yeah. They're watching themselves on live stream.
Wow.
Most of us are fairly small channels. It's all walks of life, all religions, all everything. We don't get political, religious, or anything. We're just here to try to get, our main goal is to get their tax exempt status removed because it protects them too much.
Yeah.
People don't want to investigate them, and they have a lot of money. They have people like Tom Cruise and John Travolta as members that have given tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. They have $1 billion in offshore banks. And because they don't pay property taxes, they have 93 buildings in downtown Clearwater that are sitting vacant because they don't want people near their base.
Oh.
They bought this because what they do here, they call body routing. That's what they call it. And that's to give out flyers, try to get you to come in. They do open mic night. They do seminars. We found their pamphlets in Cedar Park and Leander. Take this free personality test. You go in, you take it, and they're like, oh, your life sucks. Here, buy a book. It's all about making money.
Yeah.
There's no deity. They don't have a faith.
Yeah.
So half of what I do is to educate you guys, and the other half is to let them know that there's 2 foundations that'll help them escape. How many religions do you know that have 2 foundations to help them escape? Get jobs, get apartments, because a lot of times they've had no high school. And so what brought me here first was the child abuse, also the elder abuse. So when you get too old to work for them, if you're Sea Org, they put you in a house, they take your Social Security with a bunch of other people, and they take credit cards out in your name without your knowledge. And they take that money because they know you're going to die soon and it's going to go away. Well, Mike Brown, that's the name of his channel. He went in the Army. He's been in the Army for 20. He escaped when he was like 17 or 18. He went in last year and stole his mom. She'd been in for 40 years. They don't do medical care. They make their members totally afraid of doctors. That's why so many of them die of cancer. He got her out and found out she was $160,000 in debt that she knew nothing about. That's how they make a lot of money too, is credit card fraud. They've done so much credit card fraud, Chase Bank won't even deal with them anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I didn't know anything 2 years ago. I did a deep dive for like a solid year. So it's been 2 years since I've been doing my deep dive. There's so much. Yeah. He's staff. Now staff, they sign maybe a 2 to 5 year contract, and they're supposed to get paid $200 a week. But if they don't make money, they don't get paid. And they work 80 to 100 hours a week, 7 days a week.
Oh, wow.
So they work 80 or more hours here, and then they have to moonlight a job that pays for their necessities, unless they have a spouse that they work off of. So most of the time, I met a guy walking by one day who said, yeah, I signed up for staff. He wasn't a Scientologist, he just thought it was a job.
Oh.
Didn't get paid and was going to one of these other churches to get fed.
Oh, wow.
Now the Sea Org, the ones I was telling you about, they do house and feed them, but we know in Chicago they have 8 people to a studio apartment. And if they don't make money, they get fed beans and rice. They're supposed to get $47 after tax a week, but if they don't make money, they don't get that. So they don't even have necessities.
Wow.
Yeah, it's more abusive than people realize. They've been in secret since it started in 1950, and up until like the internet started, nobody knew. There's been documentaries and books written and that kind of thing, but this last year, it's really exploded on social media. We have TikTokers, we've got big channels. Joe Rogan has sat down with Leah Remini. Leah Remini was a celebrity Scientologist that left.
Oh, wow.
And she had a 3-season TV show called Leah Remini and the Aftermath Foundation. Have you ever seen, what was her show called? King of New York. It was a comedy. Anyway, she really spearheaded getting it out there with the TV, and then there's been documentaries. But now it's just people like me just coming out here and putting it out and talking to people like you that don't know. I didn't know anything 2 years ago. Nothing.
I didn't know anything 5 minutes ago.
I know. That's what I'm here for. This is awesome. I like you guys. I never know how long you're going to be here, so I hit you with the hard stuff first.
Yeah.
I'm like the child abuse, the elder abuse. And what's really got my goat right now is the way that they cover for predators in Scientology, because they think more Scientology will fix them. We have a girl right now, she's an adult. Her father assaulted her when she was little. He even went to the LAPD and confessed, but it had been past the statute of limitations, and the only reason he did that is because she started speaking out, and he was trying to protect the church because they protected him for 20 years. We've talked to other people that have gotten out that got his. So every time they move you around a lot, it's worse than the army. So when you go to a new post anywhere in the world, your folder goes ahead of you.
Okay.
And everything that man had done was in his folder. What'd she say?
Democracy's cult.
Oh, I heard cult. I was like, okay. I thought she was talking about Scientology. Wow. We don't get political on here, so. Although we are trying to get our senators and congressmen to agree to hearings against Scientology.
Yeah.
So, huh?
You think Mr. Trump will do that now that he's in office?
If we can get to him. I don't know. We do know there's a couple senators that have talked about it and no, but they have so much money and so many people in their pocket. When they first started doing this a year ago in LA, in 2 months, Scientology down there called 24 fake calls on the. At then they were just First Amendment auditors. They were just standing. Now we call ourselves protesters. When you have a sign, yeah, you're a protester. They were just standing out there peaceful, and it was all on camera. And ever since then, this whole year, LAPD is doing all this crooked stuff, arresting protesters for false stuff that you can look on 4 videos and see didn't happen.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is they're punishing them. They arrest them on Friday, keep them in jail all night, and drop the charges on Monday or Tuesday.
Keeping them busy over the weekend.
Right. Yeah, they're punishing them, and you know what? These protesters come right back out when they get out. There's been a couple got out of jail and went right back.
Wow.
So it's not working anymore. They've had these tactics for decades. They have a special office to go after enemies called the Office of Special Affairs. And they call it fair gaming. If you're an enemy, some of these earlier, like Leah Remini is suing them right now because of the harassment she went through.
Wow.
And because Tom Cruise is a member, they tried to mess with her job in Hollywood. The women that testified against Danny Masterson, they harassed them for years. They poisoned their dogs. One died. They will go through your trash. They'll follow you. They hire private investigators to follow you. This is all stuff I know could happen to me, but I don't care.
Wow.
I got nothing to hide. I'm just an old lady with a phone. So there's nothing they can really do for me. I'm retired. So there have been there's a lot of protesters that have been arrested. We got one lady, she's kind of my size.
Uh-huh.
She was out there, and they're taught to try to instigate a reaction so this guy was getting real close to her.
Uh-huh.
And she had to jump back, and they called the police for assault. They said the call was, well, they said you hit his arm. They went inside, looked at their video, wouldn't look at hers, looked at their video, came back out and said, well, your boob touched him, we're going to arrest you.
What?
They arrested her, and she is in court right now for assault by boob. We call it boob bait. That's the kind of shit they do. They will do, it's all about trying to it's not about actually getting a conviction. It's about, if their tactics are, use the law as a weapon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you think this stuff is crazy, but it's not. Have you guys ever seen the South Park episode of John Travolta and Tom Cruise? No. Go on YouTube and find South Park. It's called In the Closet. But if you put South Park, Tom Cruise, and John Travolta, the story they tell, because South Park gets their facts, is all true. That some of them don't even know it. You have to pay to go up to confidential levels. When you get to the top, you probably spend $150,000 at least.
Oh, wow.
When you get to the OT3, you find out that Xenu, a galactic overlord in another galaxy, was overpopulated. So he took these people, political prisoners, and brought them to this planet 75 trillion years ago. Dropped them in a volcano, and when humans started coming out, they were like floating around what we would call spirit or soul. They call a thetan. Okay. By the way, the guy that started this religion was a science fiction writer.
Okay.
And he wasn't making any money. And he told somebody, the way to make money is to start a religion. He didn't believe any of this BS, but he learned mind control. These poor people in here just don't know. Because they're not allowed internet, TV, nothing. They're not allowed to look at anything.
Oh, wow.
Yep. You might see them with a phone, but I guarantee you there's no way they're getting on the internet.
It's like North Korea.
It is. Yeah, so like I said, they've been indoctrinated since they were kids. And a lot of these people got in the 60s, 70s, 80s, the parents, and now these kids are being put in. So anyway, so the reason the child abuse is so prevalent is because I think I already said this to you, they think they're adults in small bodies. Right. Because of these body thetans, because they've lived so many lives, they well, you should already know how to be a human.
Right.
I mean, the neglect, when they were allowing Sea Org members to have children, like in the 70s, it was horrible conditions. Horrible conditions. Children, 7 and 8 year olds were taking care of babies because the parents had to go work.
Right.
They were doing what they're doing and, working all day.
Uh-huh.
Well, the new leader that took over in the 80s actually, he banned children in the Sea Org, which I think actually in a way that was probably a good thing. But there are people that did get pregnant and said, no, I'm keeping it, and they could leave the Sea Org, but they're treated like pieces of crap after that. They're still Scientologists, because if you speak out at all against the church, you have to, they call it disconnection. So your job, if you're a public or a staff member, you might have a job with a Scientologist, you might be married to a Scientologist, your whole family might be Scientology, and if you leave, if you escape, you can't talk to any of them anymore. You're an enemy of the church now.
Yeah.
So they destroy families. Look at Tom. Have you seen Tom? Do you know much about Tom Cruise?
No.
Yeah. 3. So the first wife is the one that got him into Scientology. She's no longer a Scientologist.
Oh.
Then Nicole Kidman, then Katie Holmes, and right about the time Scientology would start getting into the kids' lives around 6 years old is when they left. Katie Holmes had to escape because she had Scientology handlers with her at all times. So she had to have a burner phone, a hidden car, luckily her dad was a divorce attorney.
Oh.
And he worked it so that she escaped.
Yeah.
And she had so much evidence. Their divorce was final in 6 weeks. How many celebrity divorces you know in 6 weeks? That's why, that's why if she got away, neither one of those women have ever spoken out against the church because they know they'll be fair game, and they still want to have, like Nicole Kidman's she doesn't have a relationship with her kids with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And he's crazy. We used to think early on when I was learning that Tom Cruise might not know what's going on down here, He's best friends with the leader, David Miscavige. And they ride motorcycles together and all this stuff. We're like, well, maybe he doesn't tell him everything that's going on. Then we find out that David Miscavige, the leader, sent Sea Org members to Tom Cruise's house to do manual labor for free. Now, they probably loved it because they got out of the org and got to go to Tom Cruise's house. But still, he's worth $300-something million, and he needed free labor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, he knows. He knows exactly what's going on. I have no opinion of him anymore. But, yeah, there's a lot of celebrities you wouldn't expect that are Scientologists.
I don't even know if like regular Mormons.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping and
you.
listening. I appreciate it. Tell your friends.
We will. Oh, whoa, careful.
There's a slope here. I gotta be careful. That was awesome. They stuck around. See, I told them, I said, I never know how long I'm gonna have them. I had them a long time. 3 missions. Oh, wait. I gotta go back now. Y'all been talking. King of Queens. Okay. I knew King was in it or Queen was in it. I know the name. I just couldn't think of it right then. Okay. Yep, Cher, I agree about the giving $1. Hey, Eric. Let's see. Yeah, I totally ignore you guys when I'm talking. I just can't do both. Oh, is that what the autocorrect said? Oh, yeah, that probably happens. I think it happened to me once, but I caught it. Cool. Hey, Mandy. Yeah, see if there's something going on in Louisiana. I thought I heard there was something, because I thought there was somebody out there. Okay, that's what the 3 missions is. Hey, Queen, how are you? Whew, that was a good talk. They really listened and really knew nothing. I just gave them the whole spiel. Everything I could think of. I ended up coming all the way back around to the child abuse again. Full circle. That was awesome. That made that, okay, now I'm not stressed about the 2 hours and 15 minutes it took me to get here. I'm sure Hitzel knows. So normally it takes an hour and a half. I've done it faster a couple times, but I won't say how fast I went. But I was on the highway 2 hours and 15-ish minutes tonight. Oh my gosh. Luckily I put maps on even though I know where I'm going, and it took me a detour. I crossed from 35 over Wells Branch Parkway to Highway 1 to get here because 35 was a parking lot. But that made it all worth it. Hey, Breezy Report, how are you? Yeah. Just those 2 guys stay in here that long to listen to everything I had to say was worth coming. Because they're either going to go look something up or they're going to tell people, hey, there was this lady doing this weird thing on the street. I did the train today. Oh, yeah. Hey, Scooter Mom. Wow. I thought I was never going to get here. Because I kept looking at the clock. It kept going from like 4:30 to 4:50 to 5 to 5:11. And oh. Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana is a commission chair that I love to watch. I emailed him about Scientology. He'd be a great bulldog for the cause. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, even if you just want to go take a video of you, if you can, I know it's probably a good drive. My dad lived in New Orleans for 14 years. I visited him a couple times. Yeah, if you ever get the chance, if you're ever out that way, wherever the building is or wherever their office is, go in there with some paraphernalia and ask them about hearings. Oh, I will. Oh, I loved the one that Matt did recently. I woke my husband out of a dead sleep because when he said what he had to say in front of the meeting, they took him in the office to take his complaint. I was like, good. What happened there was ridiculous. 2 people escaped from Scientology, wanted help, and because the LAPD's in their pocket, they took them right back to Scientology. On camera. On several cameras. Didn't call CPS. Didn't call anybody else. That's on camera, LAPD. We got you. I want to get together with some people that have the time or the knowledge to edit and go back. I wish I would have pushed this more months ago because I thought about it. But some people were making videos, but not all encompassing of all the corruption. If we could just do a video of all the clips of all the false calls, all the false arrests, and then like the court finalization of it, and show the year of corruption with the LAPD in one video and be able to send that out, we could assign different streamers, mostly the LA streamers, to people that are willing to either get them to get clips, talk to them and reach out to the streamers and get clips, or go in and clip yourself. We need to do this before it gets to be 2 years of information. And we need to put the LAPD corruption on one long video. It'll probably be 10 hours long. Yeah, because my husband goes, oh, that's something you could do. I'm like, that's a big job. And I'm not even that great at editing yet. So, yeah, any keyboard warriors that'd be willing to take that up, we should really talk about it. I wouldn't know where to start, really. We'll talk about it some more tomorrow night, maybe. What is this editing you speak of? I know. I know. I haven't even sent you clips because I'm like, I've clipped like twice on my channel. And that was, I downloaded a free app and I did it in the app on my phone, but I haven't been able to edit on my computer. Even though I downloaded a program, it was easier on the phone, but it's harder to get it down to the second where I want it because it's so small. It wants to jump. Hey Greg, sorry, nothing will be done. I won't think that way. Hey MD Media, I was talking about you just a second ago. We were just talking about trying to get a group of keyboard warriors together that would have the time to talk to mostly the LA protesters or anybody that's had this issue and clip out every false call, false arrest, corruption, weird shit they've said and put it in, and then like the end of like they got let out with no charges, they won their case, and put it in one video. because we have a year. I did think of this months ago, way a long time ago, and I should have pushed it then when we only had a few months. Now we have a year or more of videos. Either contact streamers and ask them to clip out these things, or get keyboard warriors that have more time to go in and clip it all and put it into one long video. It might be 12 hours. I said 10. It might be 12 hours. Probably more. You know, we can clip it down like when they're just standing around not doing anything. But we can do the false calls, the false arrests, the stupid shit they've said to people. All of that. Oh, here? Austin? Well, let me know. That would be cool. I'd offer you a place to stay, but I live way north of here. That would be awesome. I'll join you. I can't do the whole day, but... Well, my husband is off Tuesdays and Wednesday night. So Tuesday and Wednesday, I can stay as late as I want. But like tonight... Oh, I gotta look at the time. I got here super late. I'm good. I'm good. So I usually, it takes me an hour and a half to get here. It took 2 hours and 15 minutes to get here. I've never had traffic that bad. I mean, I always had to slow down here or there, but oh my gosh. And I was already leaving late. And when I stay late on Friday, I have to leave by, I've left as late as 7:20. That gets me to the cart and on the road at 7:30. But if I hit a slowdown, my husband will be late for work. Okay, so we put our other vehicle we gave it to the mechanic the 1st of October. He still has it. Still says he's looking for a part that we need. And my husband found the part all over the internet. And we're trying to figure out why he can't find the part. And my husband's thinking about just buying it and taking it over there, making sure we have a return warranty, seeing if it'll fit. It's just the thing that holds the belt on. No, Cher, I haven't. Too much corruption. Yeah. Well, maybe nothing gets done with that video. But could you imagine sending that video and how long it is and calling it the LAPD in Scientology's pocket, the corruption, and sending that to Congress people? There's a plus to having a trash can right here. Get some more water. But yeah, I don't think anybody's really going to investigate the LAPD, but we did notice that they did kind of back off for a little while because I think somebody finally realized, dude, y'all are looking bad, making us look bad. I mean, their sheriff was in prison, so they're not, I'm sorry, they know ultimately they're not above the law. They think they are. And that's going to be their downfall, their hubris. I learned that word recently. I kind of knew what it meant, but I had to look it up one day. That would be great. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, the day. Oh, yeah, okay. That would be awesome. I miss Pearl and Selfless. I really do. But me and Hitzel's here when I'm not here. That's the one biggest reason we don't really coordinate, because I like the other day, I was here during the day, and then she told me, yeah, I was there that night. Perfect. That's what I was doing with Pearl, because I kind of knew she would come later in the day, like 5:30ish, and so I would come. My average most of the last year was getting here around 2 o'clock and leaving about 4:30. Oh yeah, I'm sure Hitzel will come out. We could get a group going. That would be cool. Yep. Court cases. They're not supposed to. I found out. So, until their court cases are straightened out, they're not going to come out. Yeah. So they won a little victory by keeping them away, but you wait till they win those, because you know they will. They will be back. We're going to have a party when they come back. Matter of fact, I'll bring a table and food, and we will have a party right here on the sidewalk. Matter of fact, if I have to, I'll get a permit for it. So they can't come out and tell me I can't do it. I will. Did an event happen at the org? This one? Tonight's just graduation. That's why I come late on Friday. Because Pearl used to cover graduation. Pearl and Selfless. So I started during the summer because daytime was so dead because classes were out. That's when I started coming Friday evening. Plus it's cooler. I left my house today with the AC on. It was 85 degrees. More than that. I get out of my truck when I was in the truck so long, I needed a jacket when I got out. But I love it. It feels so good. Oh, they called the cops on him a few times. Actually, I'm not sure. I think Selfless, it's a TRO. But do you remember if you were watching when we first started, when they first opened, they had a security guards out here for a few weeks, and then I think they realized they weren't needed. Those two security guards went to Austin PD and filed charges. We think that's what it is. The thing is, I know the first time, so Pearl got a lawyer. She went to court. The lawyer nor her even knew, or the judge, nobody knew why she was there. Nobody knew what the charges were. So they gave her like a 90-day discovery phase so they could find out why she was there. I'm not even sure if she knows now. They're not talking about it, so I don't want to say too much. This is just what's already been out there. Well, I hope that was out there. I think it was. Because mostly what I get from her is on her own lives. But yeah. And they tried to call on Hitzel one morning because she got here when they were coming in, I think on a Saturday. And she was just doing her thing. And they tried to call the cops for harassment, and the APD's not in their pocket. And he came in and said, look, dude, there's nothing we can do. What she's doing is legal. It's First Amendment. That's why people's like, you need to bring a bullhorn and all this. I'm trying to stay to the level that they don't have any reason to call me. So for a couple months, I had a chair out here because it got super humid, May and June. And we were joking one day. I'm like, yeah, what are they going to call me on? My menacing chair? Hey, Tom. Oh my God, this summer has been, even for Texas. Normally, by Halloween, we can wear jackets in the evening, and we've only had a couple days. I've only turned the heater on one day. Yeah, they tried. I don't care. I think they pretty much know who I am by now. If they don't, they're slacking. I don't think I rile them up as much as the others do. What time is it? You just wake up. He just woke up. Snowstorm on I-70 in Arizona. Oh my goodness. The other day when I actually had to use the heater, they said up in the Texas Panhandle it was going to freeze. It got like in the 50s for us. When it gets in the 50s down here, we whine. And I'm from Ohio, but I've been away from Ohio since I was 20. So it gets in the 50s and I'm crying. It's too cold, I don't want to do nothing. Yeah, I was going to come out on Tuesday And Tom said, well, I'm going to come with you because of the election, I guess. He was worried. But when I checked the weather, we were supposed to have, like, showers. So I think I came Wednesday because Thursday it rained again. I think. There will be a lot of suffering in America. We don't get political on here, guys. I'm sticking with that because I have stopped listening to people for that reason. Because there are channels that I watch for a reason, and they've never been political before, and they got political, and I'm like, okay, I didn't unsubscribe. I'll give them till after the election. I'll check back. If they're back to normal, then I'll be back to watching. Whoa! I'm gonna lean on this. I'm on a slope right here, guys, and I keep losing my footing. Oh, I shouldn't have leaned on that. I'll have to wash my jacket when I get home. So, we whined in Georgia in the 50s. Yeah, I lived in Atlanta in end of 87 into 88, and it froze over in January. And that's not supposed to happen. So I like Georgia. We want to get out of Texas. My daughter moved. The only reason we stayed is our house, and at the time our daughter was still in high school. Well, that was a long time ago. We're looking at, I wanted to go to Oregon. Tom doesn't. We're looking at Idaho. I just want to go full-time RV, and we just need a place as a home base. I really would like to get our travel trailer traded in on a Class C. We got a huge one because it sleeps 10 people. Because we thought our kids and our grandkids would come. Well, they're all gone now. They all moved. So it's just sitting there doing nothing. Hot in the woods tonight. That's good. Yeah, I know I forget what was going on with you, Cher. Try 120 days in a row. Yeah. It was pretty bad here. For me, I can handle the heat. It's the humidity. I remember you having issues, but my brain isn't letting me remember. I thought going off the gabapentin, it's only been about a week or so, would help my memory. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Ooh. That makes me hurt just thinking about it. Wow, Greg. That's hot. That's hot. My husband's dealt with those temperatures in Iraq a few times. But, I was in what you call inactive reserves after my Army Reserve days. And they can call...
It's a cult. You're right.
Yep.
It's a cult.
They just got too much money.
It's a cult.
When Desert Storm hit, I thought they were going to call me up. Thank God they didn't. I could not have handled the sand and the heat. Even young. I believe it, Greg. This is pretty close. We had triple digits for 3 months. And it was 85, 86 today. At least when I was supposed to get here. Originally. When I was originally supposed to get here. By the time I got here, I guess a cold front came in. So I had to go, I was like, out the parking garage, across the street, when the wind hit me, and I turned right back around, went all the way back to the car to grab my jacket. Not a drug taker, but those pain pills were the bomb. I joke I was addicted for 3 weeks. I've been on pain meds since 2008. And I don't know if you were in the conversation. Where are you at, Greg? You must be in the southern hemisphere. we're about to hit our winter. We went from summer to winter. There is no in-between days in Texas. You go from AC to heater. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. I believe it. That place is hot. Yep. You got kind of an inkling you're a little bit worse than Texas. And I've never been able to handle the heat. So for literally 7 months a year, I'm inside. This year was the first year I go outside because of this. It got me outside. I feel a lot better too. I still need to go to the gym and get my strength back up. I was homebound for 14 years and I've lost all of my lean muscle. I have no muscle. Yeah. And see, normally our grass dies in summer and then it gets green in winter because of the rain. This year, it was green through summer. It rained even though it was hot. And the grass died in September. We still have cracks in our yard, probably this deep. It's only rained a couple times in September and October. Well, October. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird weather for Texas. Oh, goodness, Sheriff. But yeah, so I've had a lot of my teeth crack in the last year or two. And my daughter brought it up just a few weeks ago. Because I just had another one extracted and one with a temporary crown. She said, Mom, you've been on pain meds for a long time. Do you know they cause teeth problems? So I looked it up. And what I'm on causes tooth decay. Because I couldn't understand why all my teeth were cracking. And so how my dentist didn't figure this out with my list of meds made me angry. I told him and he said, oh, well, I'm going to put you down as cracking tooth syndrome. I think that's just the catch-all. I'm like, oh, okay. I just hope I don't lose any more. Hubby had to have all his teeth removed from pain pills. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I've only lost all the ones down here. Probably 3, 4. And one up here. So I can chew on this side. I'm getting a partial. I thought I was getting an implant till the doctor told me that I could buy a car for the same price. A used car, but a car. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna do partials. It was only 40 yesterday. Oh, Celsius. I do not know how to figure that out. Hey, Cricket. Hello. I was really going off earlier about this child predator lawsuits in Scientology. Because I'm getting a lot of people going by. So Scientology, when there's a Scientology run school and there's a child predator attacking children, they don't fire him. They give him a glowing review when his contract is up to go to another school and attack 6 more kids. They put his butt in prison because they weren't Scientology. And you can find this on the internet. Delphi Academy, Los Angeles lawsuit, because Scientology covers up for child predators everywhere. We've heard of case after case after case. This is the first lawsuit from one of those victims. Oh, did you get a new scooter? Cool. Fahrenheit. Oh, really? Yep. We're all kind of, in similar situations. So I know you guys understand what I'm going through with the teeth. Yeah. I'm going to have to start my Invisalign all over again. Which was expensive. I might have to go to a different brand. I found out Invisalign, because I just did what the dentist, I went to Aspen Dental and I just did what they told me to do. And we plopped 10 grand down 2 years ago. Not realizing that was probably all the Invisalign. They had this whole plan. I thought it was covering all of them. I don't think it is. So I went to a different dentist this last time. And everyone in this building funds child abuse. Yes, they do. Miss Kim. Hey, Queen. I would just like to say, oh, thank you Thank you, Queen. Thank you. I do babble quite a bit, but I do try to get the word out when people are walking by. I had that really, when I have a good long conversation with young people that know nothing, I've done my job today. That's the biggest thing I think that YouTube and TikTok are doing, is spreading the word and shining the light on these abusive, child abusing, human trafficking people. They have lived in the shadows and in secrecy for 70 years. No more. No more. There's too many of us. So it may take time. You know, there have been movements, you know, all over the world, all different things, and they don't always fix the problem right away. The more we're out here, the more footage we have, the more things people can find on the internet. That's what's important. Oh God, Cher, I know. Hey, hi, Colin. That's Colin. Okay, bye, Greg. I hope your summer's not too bad. But I feel your pain. Yeah, today, so earlier I mentioned it. So I have normally an hour and a half drive, but tonight it was 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I had yesterday's show for Natalie on, and I had today's show queued up probably for the ride home. Ended up watching almost both of them. So I'm watching yesterday's show, and I hear, and Miss Kim in Austin, and I'm like, because I can't, if I don't have my earbud in, there's all this wind, so I can't hear it great. So, and I have it sitting, because I have my maps up too. And so I got right up to the steering wheel. I'm like, what'd I do? You got Hitzel, and some other people said some really nice things. Thank you. That was nice. I like, Hitzel is our guerrilla warfare protester. So I come out and I get ensconced with all my crap. She'll show up, shut their butt down, leave, come back, shut them down again, leave, and come back again. I wish I could do that. They'll go ride scooters or something for a while and come back and make them shut down again. I have to leave the computer. Okay. Thank you. Did I miss anything? But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I could never be, you know, I get angry sometimes. And I do get loud, like today. I was getting loud about this case, but I get loud about facts. Facts that they have to hear. I've just never been a confrontational type person. So I think that's the biggest reason they really haven't. Oh, I'm moving too much. Sorry, guys. If I was watching, that would make me sick. Let me know when I'm doing that. Sometimes I don't realize I'm bouncing around. We did 2 shutdowns today. Now, 2 for you and 1 for me, or 1 each? 1 each is still good. Yeah, because they were open. My last time I was here, don't go watch it, by the way. I tried to show my husband the last Wednesday, because as I'm walking up, because the reason it looks so bad the first couple minutes is I set up way down the street so they can't see me. And I have it on the tripod, but it's not fully extended. So I'm carrying a tripod and the wagon and trying to get up here, and I stay close to the wall so they can't see me. Well, there's this girl all in black, faded black, so turtleneck, I think, walking fast, getting closer to the door. I'm like, oh, she's Scientology. And I'm getting up there, and she grabbed that door and slammed it closed, and by the time I got up there, they had all the blinds down except a couple. I was like, darn it. Because I got them tonight with the lawsuit about the Delphi Academy, and there was a public at the counter signing something, probably a check. And I got the whole thing in before they got to the door. I was like, Delphi Academy has a lawsuit because they covered for a child predator, and they gave them a glowing review to go to another school to attack 6 more kids, and then the door closed. But that public heard everything. Everybody in there heard what I said. And I'm going to be on, when I find something like that, that's new, that's something I know they can find on the internet that's factual, I'm going to beat them down with it. I'm going to beat them down with it. Because they've heard all my other stuff before. They've heard about the foundation. They've heard about other things. I've gotten to the point where people I see all the time, I usually don't even, I just say hi. But this is something I can hit them with that every time I say it, they might hear something different, or maybe they don't always hear the whole thing I say. Because eventually, if they get a chance, they're going to go look that up. At least one person will. Maybe not all of them. At least one person will. And then I get all these people. This is a major intersection. If you haven't seen me before, so this, wait, there it is. This is the main entrance to campus. And and down this sidewalk is apartments and places that they live or parking. So when classes change, we get a bunch of people coming through here. And when I see big groups, that's when I start being loud so they can hear me. So they can hear things about Scientology that maybe they didn't know. And of course, my favorite one was Natalie said on her show today, I don't know if it's yesterday's or today's, but she said the best thing is, so many people don't even know Scientology's in the neighborhood till they see us. See, if you look at I'll show you my getup. It's crap right now. So this is what I come with, my beat up sign. I'm trying to get a new one. So I've got this right here, and then it says it on both sides. And that has oh, you're right, hun. Sorry. Oh gosh, what time is it? Oh, I gotta go in about 5 minutes. Did you hear how long it took me to get here, Tom? So anyway, that sign has started more conversations because they're like, okay, it says Scientology is a cult, ask me why. And they do. And that's what I'm like, because the cult won't let you leave. And that's how I start almost every conversation. My watchers left. No, not, oh, they did. They did open the door. I'm going to go make them close it before I leave. 2 for you today. So that's 3 times. Awesome. So we shut them down 3, and I'm going to go do a 4th here in a minute. I'll do it on camera. 2 minutes. The first time they didn't see me. Well, I make them see me. I come up right to the door now, and I start on something, either get them with the down stats. Hey, you guys actually aren't as down stat as every other org we have a camera on. Dallas can't even keep their lights on. Then blind tech activated. Is that man or woman scientist? I don't know. I can't tell all the time. Hey, Kathy. I'm not going to be here too long. I got to get moving. Hubby needs the vehicle. Did the dogs freak out when I left? Sometimes when I leave, Petunia loses her mind and goes and tells Daddy, Mommy's gone. You need to come out here. And wakes him up. But yeah, I've been hitting them, Kathy, with the lawsuit at Delphi Academy and the daycare and Danny Masterson, because Scientology covers for predators, and that needs to stop. That needs to stop. Even if we pressure them enough that they'll start turning in their predators in Scientology. I don't think it'll happen. Just saying. maybe there'll be enough lawsuits. They're like, well, you know what? We're going to have to offload these jerks and get rid of them. Yeah. Which one? This person on the bench or over here on the sidewalk? Because this bench area in the evening, a lot of transient people will hang out there. Around 5 o'clock when the classes, I don't know why, come evening time, sometimes there's 3, 4 of them that'll sit there. Oh. No problem, Kathy. I appreciate you guys giving me this time. To my left. Oh, he's gone. I honestly don't even notice, guys. I don't care. And like I said, there are quite a few people that sit there that aren't Scientology, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm live streaming. I'm not gonna say or do anything they don't already know. So they can play their games. Like, if I don't think you guys could see the guy in black. I think I was pointed down the sidewalk. But he had come out here and we had 2 Scientologists, at least a Scientologist, I think it might have been his wife. He's an older gentleman and it looked like he might have been eating his dinner with her maybe. Hey, Cher, we need as many watchers as we can get. Yep, it does, MD Media. If that's all you can do, I mean, that's all I did for more than a year. Probably year, end of 2022 till I started here, beginning of 24. I mean, that's a lot. You're giving your time to people like me and other, I see you in other chats too. That's a lot. That's a big deal. Don't think it's not. You guys, there's 16 people watching right now. That's not a lot compared to other YouTube channels. But that's 16 people that are giving me their time, that I came down here to do something, and you're giving me your time to help support me. That is a big deal. Don't ever, I hate when people say, well, I can't protest, I feel bad. I know what that feels like. I do. I was homebound before I started this. But you guys are doing a lot. The watch hours, you know, people see the chat. You guys have helped me come up with so many good things to say. So tomorrow night's late night stream, you should go look at the title. It will. I actually have a subject to talk about. By watching and liking and subscribing, that's protesting as well. Yes, it is. You are protesting. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah. Because I used to do the same thing. That's what watching the LA group early, you know, late last year in January is what made me think that I could do this. I'm like, you know, some of them didn't even have any equipment. They're just holding phones. I needed the equipment because of my issues, but they made me think, you know, maybe I could go do this. And I didn't even plan on, like, this still going. You know, y'all know my story. I thought I was going to come down here the week of the opening and hold a sign. Maybe film Pearl Snappy a little bit. I'm still here. Don't know how, but I am. A lot of us watchers make calls, emails, only thing we can do to help. That is a big deal, and I'll tell you why. Because when I get home, I do a brain dump sometimes. I don't do Scientology some days, and I'm still dealing, you know, with issues. So emailing and calls and things like that are hard for me. Because I'm not going to go into all that why. Hey, Scooter Mom. So even if those are who I call you guys the keyboard warriors or the computer warriors or the phone, whatever, YouTube warriors, however you want to call it. You guys have done so much to bring, to watch, you given us watch hours allowed us to go live. And when people come across our channel, they're like, oh, there's actually people in here chatting. This might be interesting. Look how many people when I go vertical come in. And I always get new subscribers when I go vertical. It might be 5 or 10, but I always do. So that's why I try to go. I was going to go vertical tonight, but I didn't feel like it. I try to do it every once in a while because it gets into people's streams that know nothing about Scientology. And I know it annoys. I don't like vertical either. I don't. But it's a necessity. Necessity, I think, to be able to get it out of our bubble. That's the thing is, every time I talk to somebody that doesn't know, I hope to God they go and they find other channels to watch. Like I tell these young people, I'm like, here's the site. Go find somebody you like watching. Because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. They might want to watch, you know, Laura or Danny or Will. I'm trying to think, the younger people. You know, somebody, Jessica, Serge. I mean, oh, I got to see what Laura and Serge were doing in front of the courthouse. That was amazing. Amazing. That, I guarantee you, people are like, what the heck is going on here? That's giving me ideas. Really, it is. Really is. I'm trying to think of things that I can do to bring more attention to people walking by. Besides, we are working. Tom, tell Tom we have got to get my dang sign. Just get the sign stuff out. I'll finish it. What it is it's PVC pipe. He has a heat gun. I need to heat it up and flatten it so I can attach the sign to the tripod and the pole that we put together. So that's all I need to do, and then I need to stencil. I found a place in Austin that will laminate poster board because I want it to be durable. Oh, a wedding dress for Marble Falls. That is awesome. Well, we should do a sign, child brides. No more child brides in Scientology. Hey, Jay. Oh, yeah. Thomas, get on that, man. Oh, I'm behind. I didn't realize I was behind, guys. It stopped. Nah. Okay. Share, it was full of OSA. In my opinion, because nobody ever got to go on camera before. Oh, yeah. That was awesome. Yeah, I saw it on Natalie's channel, what they were doing. That was amazing. That was awesome. I like the idea of bringing our own table and setting it up with pamphlets. Because I have the wagon. If I could get like a card table, that's about all I could handle. I would do it. I might even like bake cookies and put like an SPTV.space card in it. And give away cookies or something, you know? I'm thinking of things I might be able to do like that. Because when it starts getting cold, people aren't going to want to stop and talk for too long. Okay. Yeah, that was cool. Alright, guys. I'm pushing it. I got to go. Because if there's any slowdowns, I'm going to make my hubby late for work. Doors open. Let's go close them down one more time. Look away while I move it. Hold on. All right. We're moving. Okay, I can't remember if Randall Jackson at Delphi Academy was the victim or the perpetrator. I think it was the victim. I can't remember. I wanted to hit him with it again. Ah, too late. SBTVFoundation.org. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I got to run to the vehicle and get on the road. I'm hoping this late. Usually traffic's real good, so we should be good. All right. Tomorrow night's the late night stream. I have an interesting title, and I will explain tomorrow night. Yeah, they work. They definitely work. All right, y'all have a good weekend if I don't see you before next week.